Okay, good to see everybody here. Thanks for coming out. Had a good couple 2 days here, a good Sunday, Monday combination. A lot of kicking game yesterday. Really devoted ourselves to good long meetings, good long practice time on the field with our kicking game, and felt good about the way we came out of that. Both kickers are kicking the ball well. The punters are doing a good job. Operation times getting better, so that was kind of the focus yesterday. Then today we came back and got into a situation where we wanted to try to work some red zone. So we went the fringe red zone, which is like 35 going to the 20, and then we got deep in the tight red zone, so some good work today. And all in all, kids upbeat, really working well together. Got a good group of kids working hard out there, battles all over the place, and feeling good about where we are before we ship off to Fort Drum today.
Take your questions if you raise your hand. Michael?
A couple guys not out there today, a couple not in pads, but out there moving around. Any injury updates you can provide?
Yeah, nothing major. We got a couple upper body, couple lower body. You know, I know you guys are all for Syracuse, and you guys are good about keeping it non-specific so we don't give the enemy an advantage. But those kids are good. They'll be back when the time's right. Nothing major, though. No surgeries, nothing like that. Feel good about them.
Even the guys that weren't at practice at all, Funderburk
Yes, sir.
and Tyler Morona?
Yes, sir.
Other questions? Yeah.
Coach, going into the red zone, something that you wanted to see, and also talking about the 35 to the 20, how did the guys perform today as far as moving the ball?
Not bad. We had some big plays by the offense. We had a real nice play by Darrell Eskridge where the play was going to be another touchdown, and he came across and made a nice hit on Beckett, and the ball came out. All in all, you know, not bad. You know, our efficiency's got to be great down there. We talk about no negative plays, always giving us a chance to come away with points. Whether it's, you know, 6 or 7 points or a field goal with 3 points is crucial. So the good thing was I didn't see any negative plays going backwards where we put the kicker in a tougher spot. You know, and then a lot of new looks for the defense to defend. So first day was probably what I thought it would be. Offense probably had the upper hand a little bit with some new looks out there, and that zone getting compressed for the defense. But all in all, I like the way we worked at it. There's some good lessons to be learned on film.
Chris?
It's kind of thinking about Isaiah Johnson in particular here, but
yeah.
Any true freshmen that have kind of shown you enough that you know you're going to use them in some capacity this year?
Yeah, there's some guys that are knocking at the door, and Zeke's one of them. Isaiah Johnson's one of them. Brisley Esteem's another kid that I've been real impressed with. You know, I really like our 2 freshman quarterbacks. I really like Mitch Kimball and Austin Wilson. You know, hopefully we develop them for down the road, but you know, I really like those 2 kids, you know, and I wouldn't lose sleep if I had to get one ready, to be honest with you. I really like those kids. And then, of course, you know, there's a bunch of kids, try-hard effort, that could possibly show up in the kicking game. Marquise Hodge had 2 really good days of practice, 2 days back, 2 and 3 days back, and you know, went from, you know, there's a young freshman that we didn't think was real strong in the weight room, and then on the field he's just knocking people out, and I was impressed with him. So maybe he could you know, get through that doorway and not just knock at it. That's a special teams guy. We'll see. And there's a handful of others, but those would be the ones that jumped out at me right here.
Sal?
Coach, could you please just talk about Fort Drum and, you know, your experience there?
Sure.
And I think it'll help you.
Yeah, I sure do. You know, our purpose of going to Fort Drum is multiple. You know, first and foremost, it's a way to get away and just be alone. There's no cell service or very poor cell service. We're not going to have internet, Wi-Fi access. A lot of the luxuries that the kids have on a day-to-day basis will be taken away from them and the coaches. Fewer distractions, you know. Population's going to be the military and us and the people that are attached to the military. So few distractions is key. You know, as we get out there, the purpose in going out that way is to not only isolate ourselves so it's just us, but also to get around the world's greatest military and one of the greatest divisions in the military with the 10th Mountain group. I mean, you get a chance to sit next to a guy that's defending our country, a guy that's dodging bullets, not hits. You know, a guy that's over there in the mountains for 9 months, fighting the good fight to give us an opportunity to have a blast and go get a Dairy Queen and not worry about stuff that's going on around the world. And it's a chance for us to silently look at those guys and really appreciate what they have to say. There's no way a kid can get up in the morning and feel selfish when we're at Fort Drum, knowing that that guy that he's sitting across from may be on an airplane heading to Afghanistan in a couple of days. So from a selfish point of view, our kids get an opportunity to really respect those that really put it on the line. Our objectives coming out of it will be to become a tighter knit group. We're going to have exercises behind the scenes where we're working on small group leadership. 10 guys in a group, and they're all responsible for one another. Getting the meals on time, waking up on their own, making sure they have all their gear on when they get to practice, getting on the bus on time to be early. So focuses are simple when you listen to them, but they're extremely important for us to be successful as an offense, defense, and kicking game. So we look forward to getting out there and becoming a tighter-knit group by looking at the guys that know how to do it the best, and that's our military.
Nate?
What we think we know on offense is that running back will be a strength. Excuse me. I'm wondering what you've seen out of the wide receiver group so far, and do you need a couple guys to become a vertical threat to be able to stretch the field?
Any team needs vertical threat to be effective. You know what I mean? Right now we got to make more plays down the field on offense with our wide receivers. They've been steady, but we got to take it to the next level to be a competitive team in every game this year. Otherwise people are going to load up in the box and just try to stop that run game. We made some big plays today out there. It was good to see Jared West made a couple in the red zone. I think Kabina had a nice touchdown in the red zone as well. And some of those young kids on the other field were hooting and hollering, and I missed who made the play, so I'm looking forward to finding out who they were. But I think any team that wants to be a physical run team has to be able to get down the field and stretch it vertically. And you got to be creative if you don't have a Randy Moss on your team. So,
Michael?
Scott, going back to the defensive line, what does Robert Welsh bring to the table that maybe some of the other guys don't?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's something he brings that the other guys don't. I'd say Robert does a good job. He's a good, sound football player. He's learned how to play the game with great, execution and attention to detail. He's where he's supposed to be all the time. He doesn't get nosy when he's not supposed to get nosy. So he's one of those guys you just feel really comfortable because you know what you're getting out of him. Never going to be a Chandler Jones. The good Lord didn't give him those long limbs, and that twitch fiber, But he can be a solid football player for us, and the kind of guy that count on me type of guy. That's the way I feel about Robert.
David?
Going back to Fort Drum, I know you have some military in your family. Is sort of the week there? Is there something you can take away as a coach?
Yeah, for me, it's really just respect. I have a compass from my uncle who died in Vietnam, and I just gave it to my son. He's going off to school. The appreciation factor, those men, for me, is just it's like we owe it to them to get off the bus and bust our ass. So if those guys get an hour to come out and watch us practice, I want them to be able to say, you know what? They're not dodging bullets, but God dog it, they freaking play their ass off. You know what I mean? And when we run out of the dome with that 10th Mountain Brigade flag, I want people to be proud up north of us and look down and say they do appreciate who we are and what we are. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is personal for me. My cousin got killed in Iraq, Todd Rees, and it is personal. I mean, the appreciation I have for the military is, I can't even tell you how much I appreciate those kids and those men that put it on the line. Not to beat a dead horse, but it's like I tell my team, make sure it's dead. And the appreciation we have for the military in this group is really inexplainable.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks.
We good?
Thanks, everybody.